Spin with Red Chilies. I'm gonna do Iowa Twister and Hellboy today. Well, in this video, I guess I'm gonna split it into two videos, but this one is Iowa Twister. It's a jar of Iowa Twister. Kind of see. I was really excited for Iowa Twister. It's not super brainy, but I mean, it is a little bit. I like the shade. I need to wash this actually, sorry. To wash both of them. But I'm gonna start making powders, so. A lot of seeds off the bat. Kind of bitter, not super bitter, but definitely bitter. Decently hot. Slow rolling burn so far. Tongue, sides of the tongue, kind of top of where the throat and the tongue meet, back there. Cool burn, not cool as in just like cool, like 1950s motorcycle gang cool or whatever, but like just not super, super hot, but I don't know, it's weird to describe it, like touching ice burn, kind of cool. That doesn't really make any sense, but that's how I would describe it. You know, it kind of reminds me of I haven't looked into the lineage, but I'm gonna guess this is a Chocolate Reaper spinoff. Definitely Chocolate Reaper lineage. I can tell one of the parents absolutely was a Chocolate Reaper. Very, very similar. That cool burn, good personality, subtle, like a 1960s, 50s, 60s jazz musician, like subtle, cool, doesn't insist upon itself. Pleased with it. I like this burn quite a bit. Finally have a decent pod. Like, I have really been striking out with a lot of these pods, and this is essentially another version of Chocolate Reaper, a little bigger. Capsaicinoid profile, decent. It's hard for me to speculate on that right now, but certainly not too obnoxious. Here's some more. I mean, it looks like a Chocolate Reaper, like certainly. Migrating to the back of the front of the throat a little bit. Definitely low millions, maybe even 900,000. I mean, not too bad. But I don't know. This is getting a B plus for me. This is a good pod. Reminds me of Chocolate Reaper, which is one of the best burns that I've ever had. Probably, now did they, it's not really different enough for me to tell. Like, I wish I had a Chocolate Reaper to do a side by side, because is it better than, I mean, it's in the same category. It's a just solid good pepper, maybe a solid B and not a B plus, probably just B, but decent burn. Definitely not obnoxious, very smooth, low millions to high 100,000s. I like it. This is a very good pod. Iowa Twister from Texas chilies, Texas hot chilies or whatever, hot peppers. This is my first pod from them where this is like, I'm happy. Like this is a standing double. This is a good pepper. There's not really much else to say. I mean, the burn is kind of, it's basically stopping now, so not a super long burn, which is fine. But yeah, this is a good pod. Like I'm happy. I would probably, I don't know if I'm gonna grow this again, but this might take the place of my chocolate reaper that I was gonna grow next year, because it might not be the same quality, like just a tad lower as far as the burn goes. The capsaicinoid profile on both this and chocolate reaper are the same, and they're not super good. That's not really where they shine. I would say they shine more on the burn. The burn is, it's pleasant, it's nice, it's charming. So that's not where the strength is the burn. The bitterness is not great. This is probably slightly more bitter than the chocolate reaper, so that's a little bit of a ding, but it's a bigger pod. Something I really disliked about chocolate reaper was how small the pods are. These are not huge, but you can kind of conceptualize this as like a bit of an upgrade in some departments. Like, it is slightly bigger. That's a nice thing. But essentially, I would call this essentially chocolate reaper 2.0, and it's maybe even slightly cooler a little bit than chocolate reaper, but you know, it's slightly, the burn is maybe slightly worse, but it's a little bit bigger, a little more bitter, but that's probably down to, you know, basically, if you're thinking about growing chocolate reaper, I would consider growing Iowa Twister. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I like this. I could tell just looking at it online that I was drawn to this, and there's a reason. You know, I like chocolate reaper, blah, blah. I'm really just rambling now. I don't really need to keep going on, but solid B. So happy to finally get a decent pod. My Bismarcks were a disaster, and my 9-bore yellow was just subpar. So I am finally happy to get a decent pod, thank God. Did I mix up my Hellboy? Anyway, that's all. B, burn is the strongest point of this pod. The burn is good. Flavors so-so, but not, it's bitter, but not overly bitter. It's just a little bit. It's not too bad. It comes down pretty quickly. Capsaicinoid profile, also not its strength, middle of the road, definitely not bad. That's about all she wrote, and thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.